Alright, the tiny angry children are blowing a horn because it's time, my friends, for a Company of Heroes 2 match between two people on this map with the tiny angry children blowing the horn and helmets, and the lady doing the little palm down gesture that Aristotle's doing in that famous painting of all the philosophers by that famous painter whose name I could not remember if he pointed a gun at me. We have Jalami playing as the Sturm Pioneers, and this dude or woman who's been the star of my past two shoutcasts, because I'm just shoutcasting all the games I can spectate, and the games with this person are consistently the top ranked auto match games that are available to spectate, and so that's why that's what's up. That's what's up. I like it. I like the V. I like the chevron and the Sam. Oh, it's more than a chevron now. Now it's a parentheses of it, except it's broken parentheses. It's a semicolon parenthesis. I don't know what the fuck is. It's gonna be a whole circle. It's like CoH2 Reborn. Go watch my first shoutcast in the series with this person to figure out who or what the CoH2 is. And we're playing on this map with the fog. I already talked about the map. I talked about the map because we got the dudes tooting the horn with the pointy shoes and their bulged out eyeballs and their noses. It's not a bad looking statue, all things told. I can't remember why. I was watching a Company Heroes 1 replay the other day. I think it was Tales of Heroes. Go watch my second shoutcast in this series to learn about Tales of Heroes, or maybe the first. Can't remember why I was watching it, but I was just fucking Company Heroes 1 still looks better than this game in a lot of ways. It's the art direction, the general cohesiveness, and the way that units pop out, and the way that you can tell who's shooting at who and what's happening, and it's a very readable game. That's important for a real-time strategy game. You want to be able to look at the screen and in a moment know where every unit is, what every unit's doing, who they're aiming at, who they're shooting at, what's going on. But Company Heroes 2 has its moments. The fog drifting through the oddly arranged graveyard with the stack of wood, just in case we need to have like a bonfire in the middle of a graveyard, and I like the little benches. A light. That's a light. I don't know why we would electrify the graveyard, but I guess that's what we're doing. It's what the plan is. The more I look at this, the less it makes sense. Why does the wall just stop? Who would ever build this wall? Who would ever build this wall? What is that building? Why park your things here? Alright, fight. Oh, false alarm. Kind of. As is par for the course for this person, they've got a build order down. We've gone this thing early on. Look at this. We've got a hell of a pincer assault. We have the Bren Courier coming too. This is a fucking fight. The Sturm Pioneers show up and they're like, yep, fuck this noise. And they're moving back. They don't even know what to do. They could retreat to get to base faster, but he doesn't even know. He's just walking back. There's no semblance of order. This mass hysteria, cats and dogs living together. I watched the new Ghostbusters the other day. Pretty funny movie. Not as good as the original. It's very hard to top the original, but I liked it. Kind of dragged a bit near the end. Not the very end. The very end was funny again, but sort of the last act, not as many jokes. But what's her name that everybody liked? She's pretty cool. And the part of the end where they fought the ghosts I thought wasn't too bad. I was like, I don't know if Ghostbusters needs to be an action movie, but if it's going to be an action movie, I'm glad it's not a shitty action movie. They were all like, pew, pew, ghosts. Alright, so Sturm Pioneers have taken up residence up. They keep hopping in and out. So the hopping in and out is a nice thing. You can do that to get out the line of sight of your enemy. Make sure you hop out at the right way by clicking your unit, clicking the get out button, and then picking the side with the door that you want to exit. So by hopping in and out like this, what he's doing is getting vision of all of the enemies, being able to see where they are, and then by hopping out, he gets to not get shot. Whereas if you just stayed in the house the whole time, you wouldn't get the vision, or you'd get shot to hell. And if you didn't stay in the house at all, you wouldn't get the vision. So the German player, despite losing that first engagement rather drastically, has clawed his way back. He's got two Sturm Pioneer squads, which is a little unusual. I think it's less unusual. They sort of changed the thing. The Sturm Pioneer is now 300. I think they used to be 420 or something crazy like that. So it's more reasonable to get double Sturm Pioneers, especially because eventually they get the Shreks. So they're your anti-vehicle instead of the Folks Grenadiers, who don't get the Shreks. So more common to see more Sturm Pioneers, but Sturm Pioneers. Is it Sturm or Sturm? I don't have a fucking clue. If you, I don't even know how to say if you speak German. I know Sprechen Sie Deutsch is do you speak German, because that's a memorable line from Stalag 17, which is a very good. It's very good. I wouldn't say it's a great Billy Wilder movie. It's a very good Billy Wilder movie. It's set in a World War II prisoner of war camp, and it's funny, but it's dark funny. Dark funny like Darth Vader. I guess Darth Vader's more dark than dark funny. We've got a cloaked Raketenwerfer. Since it's Vet 0, it's moving slowly but surely. Oh, that guy's just frozen. He's frozen in time. That guy's frozen in time. Wow, this is some really good miming. Those two are fucking, like, in awe. They're like, where did Fritz learn to do the miming? Did he occupy Paris? Then we moved it up. They're moving again. That's pretty cool. But yeah, since this is so slow, it's just a matter of inching forward to catch the Bren carrier at a moment. And since we don't have the Royal Engineers yet, the Bren carrier is just going to be out of commission. We have this thing going. We don't have 2 CPs yet, so I can't check when the Designate Combat Vehicle thing goes in on the Bren, which if history is any guide, it's going to go in on the Bren, and it's going to go in hard, and it's going to go in fast, and it's going to be ugly. Whoa, infantry support gun, not fooling around. I guess the plan is, look, I'm fighting the British. The British are liable to set up shop, and I'm going to foreclose that possibility with a little stubby gun. The hole in the gun is tiny. They clearly didn't model the hole correctly. They just made it a cone. So you're supposed to look at it from like this angle, and it's like, oh, it's got a hole. No, it doesn't have a fucking hole. It's got a tiny cone. It's like a snow cone dispenser. Not a snow cone dispenser. It's like a snow cone repository. It's like the little paper thing you get your snow cone in. I haven't had a snow cone in so long, and I don't want one. I don't think I ever wanted a snow cone ever. Sometimes you're really hot, and you just need a snow cone to cool down. But honestly, it's just sugar and ice, and I can just go for the ice. So we have the Shreks out on the Sturm Pioneers, and then a Minesweeper on these Sturm Pioneers. That's really cutting down on their anti-infantry capability. The Shrek, I guess, in time, because we do have this thing out too, in addition to the Bren carrier, and we have a second Raketenwerfer coming out, so that should really be enough. But this Raketenwerfer just reluctant to move because he's expecting the Bren to come up. Joke's on him, this thing still doesn't have any Royal Engineers to repair it, so it's still just chilling down here. We have a very static map, all things told. The British doing a good job of poking here on the left, but aside from that, oh no, the Raketenwerfer is revealed. Bad, the jig is up. That's fucking bad. I like how that guy's, I like how he's looking behind him, I think, as he runs backwards. Yeah, that's that's funny. I like that. I like that. That tickles me. So the jig is up. The British player now knows there's the Raketen. It's not even cloaked anymore, so this means the British player is looking much better. It's not liable to get this thing nailed, except there's another Raketenwerfer out. Where is it? No, that's not it. There it is. So it's brand new, just out, so it's going to take a little while to show up, and the second one moved up. So now the question is, what's the British player going to do in response to this? It's going to be a little while, I think, because these infantry have to pull back, so the British player really doesn't have a lot beyond this vehicle, and the vehicle obviously can't be the thing to take on the Raketenwerfer. How the Royal Engineers, that's interesting that the Royal Engineers moved out instantly rather than repairing this Bren. I guess it's going to be a Designate Command Vehicle, so I'm going to fucking keep this Bren selected, so when Designate Command Vehicle comes in on it, readjusting my chair, if you're wondering what that, oh, it fucking used it, oh, yep, it's free. Click to activate. Click that shit. Click that shit. Oh, he clicked it. Ooh, and the plane flies in from off map, so you get to, that's a nice flying. You get to scout everything, although there's nothing in there. So you can see everything. The British player can see everything. It's too late. He's seen everything. What a weird attack by these Royal Engineers. They fucking half decrewed the Raketenwerfer. Kind of worth it, but they paid for it with one man. I don't know. So they do have the medic people back at base, so maybe that's worth it. They'll heal themselves up, and I guess they need to get back to base eventually to repair the Bren carrier, or maybe they don't. It's hard to know if that's going to happen. We have the STG-44s coming up on these dudes. I feel like it was almost done, but now it's not almost done. It's a mystery, and what a weird game we have. It's not weird, it's just what a static game we have. We've got shoe mines going down. The plan here is just to sit tight, wait for the British player to assault, run over a mine, nail him with the Raketin in the tier 4. Tier 4 facing interesting direction. I'm not sure it actually matters. I think this thing just has 360 degrees and it takes full penetration from all directions. But most people set it up so that the gun is facing the other direction, I guess because you get this slight extra bit of range, because the gun is closer to the enemy, which matters, I think. Yeah, so now we have time to make yourself a cup of tea, make yourself a cup of coffee, make yourself whatever it is that you drink, because nothing's going to be happening for a while. Dum 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 dum. What should we talk about? Do I have anything to talk about? I can set my phone to do not disturb so that it doesn't buzz sometime during the shoutcast. Do not disturb on night vision Sturmgewehr are now available. These aren't the night vision. Oh, these are the night vision. Obersoldaten squads can be upgraded with STG. That's lame that the Volksgraders don't get it. They're probably like, why did the Obersoldaten get the fancy toys with the night vision scopes on them? What have we done not to deserve them? The answer is you're Volksgraders. You're like 17 years old or you're 70 years old. So this house is now a death trap. Nobody should step in this house. All it takes is one infantry support gun shot, and that's the end. Or one AEC Mark III 75mm armored car shot. Oh, and we have the so this just, oh, fucking shit. I like how the crashing noise keeps playing after it's already bit the dust. So that's tier 4 for you. I think that was tier 4. The other option were the base defense, but it got shot down over here, so I suspect that was tier 4. It's really interesting to see the German player being aggressive here. I mean, I'm a fan of aggression, and I guess you do need this point, and you kind of want this point too, because why the fuck not? But remember, the German player's strategy at this point is to set up shop here and wait for the British player to attack and get blown up by the mines and die. That's what I would be trying to get going. Nice flank here. This is a good flank. So this is the place to be aggressive as a German player. You can, well, actually, I don't know, if your opponent commits too much stuff to this right-hand side of the map, they might realize you've got fuck all over here, in which case, I guess he's got 2 shoe mines set up here. Is that a 3rd shoe mine? Yes. Wow, it's just shoe mine city. Take me back to shoe mine city, where the something's guns and the girls are pretty. Won't you please take me home? Or don't lean on me, man, because I can't afford the ticket. I'm back from shoe mine city. Oh, was that a shoe mine? I don't. Maybe it was just the shot from the armored car. I don't know. It seemed like maybe it was a shoe mine. Oh, here we go. Boomo, 1 kill. Not so great. Boomo, 2 kills. Much better. And at this point, the Royal Engineers is just like, fuck it. The irony is that they could have just kept capturing. So the thing is, I was about to say, or I already said, that now that the German 2 planes... We're losing a capture point. Air resupply... Where is it happening? Right here, I guess. I don't know, those people heal up on their own, so maybe air resupply is... Don't know what the fuck is happening with air resupply. What does that even do? Oh, over here? Does that drop a thing? Medical weapon supply crates. I mean, there's no other place that thing could have come from, so I guess air resupply gives you an AT gun. Today I learned. Yeah, so the British player very briefly realized he can attack this place and there's nobody there, but then retreated once the mine showed up. That's kind of unfortunate, because if he just moved over here, he could take these 3 points for free, and that would really pen the German player in, and at that point you can drop the mortar pit, which I guess got dropped here, but you can drop a closer mortar pit, start shelling, and just keep the British or German player pinned in instead of having to assault, which is exactly what the German player wants. I'm not sure the British player yet realizes that this is what the German player wants, but the realization could be coming. It's anybody's guess. What do we have coming out? Why did I say what do we have coming out from tier 4? I saw this little thing in the upper left already, so I knew it was a Jagdpanzer 4/70V. That V is just a hotkey though, so no, it's actually, yeah. No, it is the... I don't know. That's not the hotkey. It actually is. It's a 5. Why is it the Jagdpanzer 4/70 parentheses 5? Someone explain that to me in the comments. Or look it up on Wii. Well, I'm gonna forget. I'm not gonna remember. Tell me why there's a V in parentheses after this Jagdpanzer 4. Please, thank you. Often when I say these things in Shoutcast, people actually do it in the comments. It gives me a feeling of power, which is the only place I ever feel control of my life. We've got this funny little skin on it with the cool seal. It's a Valkyria Chronicles skin. I've heard Valkyria Chronicles is a cool video game. Never played it. It's on my Steam wishlist, along with 40 other games and a null game. I have a weird non-game on my Steam wishlist. That was an assault, by the way. Honestly, I'm not sure why the German players sink it so much into these assaults. You just need the British player to overcommit once. Once is all you need, and then that's the fucking end of the game. That's the game in the bag. The British player shows up, gets mined like 8 times, and gets blown up by your tier 4 and your thing, which is slightly forward, but whatever. That's all you need. Bait the bait. It's hard to sometimes be passive. I understand. Good Company Heroes players always want to be going forward, but this seems like a case to me where being passive would not be the end of the world. Anyways, my Steam wishlist has, when Company Heroes 2 was first announced, I put it on my Steam wishlist because I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and I was like, this is going to be a good video game. How innocent I was back then. But I put it on my Steam wishlist, and at some point, because THQ went out of business and Relic got bought by Sega, they changed the Company Heroes 2 listing on Steam. They just made a new one, deleted the old one. But the old one stayed on my Steam's wishlist. I can't remember what it's called. It's like undesignated game or something like that. But if you go to my Steam wishlist, I'm TychoCelchuuu on Steam. You can also join my Steam fan club while you're there. That shit is hopping. Do that. So join my Steam fan club. There's probably I think there's a Steam fan club link also in the description of this page, and that'll also get you to my Steam profile real fast. These guys are just fucking getting owned up by the Jagdpanzer because they're staying in red cover. So go to the description under this video, click on my Steam community group fan club page website thing. Oh, we've got a Star of David, not a Star of David. It's a Haley's comment coming in. No, it's the thing that tells the wise men that Jesus has shown up. Anyways, it's here. It's gone. That's dead. And this took some real fucking hits from the 6-pounder. That's pretty good stuff. It's disabled the gun. Didn't get an engine critical. So this just gets out by the skin of its teeth. British player, I'm sure, wants to fuck that up, but it doesn't have any mobile AT. Look, it's another one of these things. Do they just keep coming, or they recharge that fast? So go to the description under the video, click on my Steam community group, join the fan club, click on my Steam profile, go to my... Oh, he's minesweeping. The jig is up. Go to my Steam profile, click on my wish list, scroll the bottom. I keep it at the bottom because, I don't know, it seems like a good place to keep it. I could keep it at the top. Maybe I'll move it so it's at the top, but right now it's at the bottom. And check that shit out. That used to be Company Heroes 2. I'm proud of that because there's no way you can add that shit right now, I think. Like, it's too late. So that's never leaving my my wish list. I wonder if Tier 4 is going to always keep shooting down this scout car, or this scout plane. So we've had like endless back and forth fighting. It's still effectively it's just where's the plane? I think it crashed off map. Lame. I think this is yeah, it's just gonna endlessly shoot down that scout plane. So there's your counter to your opponent's designate command vehicle if they go in tactical support regiment. Just build a Panzer Elite Tier 4. Don't stop and red cover. Why would you even ever do that? But now, I was about to say now we have mobile AT. No, we don't have Piats or anything. Why would this Royal Engineers have? Oh, look, we moved it up anyways. This Jagdpanzer just doesn't have... I think the Jagdpanzer is a very deceptive tank. It just never has any armor. It seems like the sort of thing that has armor, but it doesn't have armor. It's got armor, but it doesn't have armor, you know? It doesn't have armor. It's not fucking serious about it. It's got armor like I've got principles. 421. Oh, almost 420. Smoke weed every day. I feel like there's a lot of very near references to weed in this game, like smoke pot. This was my previous shoutcast. I think Relic, because they're Canadian, so I wouldn't put it past them to be a bunch of fucking marijuana meth heads. That's the proper name for potheads. If you've seen Reefer Madness, you know what's up. I don't think Reefer Madness used the phrase marijuana meth heads because that predated methamphetamine usage as a recreational drug, except for World War II bomber pilots. But It would have, if they could have. Don't stand on red cover. Why would you even... There's just... Come on, you're killing me, Smalls. Don't even... That's how you get your Jagdpanzer hitting you. It's the received accuracy penalty, and the Jagdpanzer rolls a hit, and it hits your guy, and it blows the guy up, and it's just a pain in the ass for everybody. So this has been probably the most stalemate back and forth thing I've seen since playing Battlefield 1 and playing World War 1. But Battlefield 1 is not really stalemate back and forth, because I've just been continually playing Operations, which is the game mode where one side attacks and the other side defends, and there's a voiceover in the beginning in a language you don't understand with subtitles that aren't there, so you can't understand the language even by reading that. These guys are fucked! Watch them. Oh, they're getting out. I didn't expect that. I expected the micro to be somewhere else. Certainly not here, Jesus. These people stacked up on each other. You want to spread them a bit when there's a field support gun. Although, to be fair, the field support gun was firing over here. So, yeah, I've pretty much only been playing Operations in Battlefield 1 just because, I don't know, it's fun or whatever. And there's not a lot of stalemates there. It's always somebody attacking, somebody defending. I played Conquest once. It was also really fun. It's all good. I haven't played Carrier Pigeons yet, which is surprising because pigeons are my jam, as you know from my YouTube avatar. And if you don't know it from my YouTube avatar, you probably know it from my YouTube, or from my Steam group or my Steam profile. If you don't know it from there, the link is in the description. I've told you that like 20 times. You can tell I don't know why I'm trying to grow the membership of that group. Fucking nothing happens, no matter how big it gets. Like, I don't really know why I care, but that was a nice artillery hit that killed those people. Is the scout plane gonna get shot down again? That'll be the third time, I think. Here we go. That one hit. So I think it circles around, and each time his HP gets lower. So it's kind of a good deal for the British. He still gets the sight. That one missed. So we have a Panther command tank. What are these shells? Oh, it's the mortar thing. 9 kills. Man, I'm hungry. What time is it? Look at my watch, look at my clock. It's 10. It's 10 a.m. I didn't eat breakfast. I'm going to a buffet later today, so I'm not eating anything. I'm like, why would I eat anything? I'm going to an all-you-can-eat buffet for lunch. Oh, Jesus. Was that the Panther? No. It was the infantry support gun, I think. Not bad. This thing up to 4 kills and no vet. Was he get a vet 1? That's vet 4. I want vet 1. Can you not hover over the vet 1 star anymore? Oh, vet 1 is down here. I'm a fucking idiot. I thought it starts counting up here. Why am I so stupid? Somebody please post in the comment section why I'm a fucking idiot. Oh yeah. That guy's listening to the music in his head. Is that a sword thing? Is that a hill? He got fucking nailed. That's a saw. That looks like a sword. Did pioneers carry saws? Is that historically accurate? Did they play the musical saw while they were while they had some downtime? I have no clue how this game is going to end. This is just so stalematey. This is staler than the bread I leave out on my counter. Because, you know, if you bake your own bread, I bake sourdough bread a lot. You don't have to, it doesn't really go stale, actually. I say it's staler than the bread, but it doesn't go stale for a long time. You just keep the cut side down, so you put the cut side down in some sort of, like, container or something, or a plastic bag, doesn't matter, but you can leave the rest of it just exposed to the air. Never goes stale. I mean, eventually it goes stale, but it almost never does. It doesn't go moldy either. I don't know why that is. Why does my sourdough bread never get moldy? It's probably because it's exposed to the air, and so the mold doesn't have a nice sort of enclosed, warm, moist space to grow, is my hypothesis. Did he just say, when do we get laid? I think he probably said, when do we get leave, but it sounded like, when do we get laid? Because that, wow, was that an Obersoldaten standing right in the, I guess they were getting out of the building and they got nailed by the thing. So, Cromwell, interesting choice when your opponent's got the Jagdpanzer and the Panther. I guess you need something to drive forward, get shot, back up, lure the opponent in, but really that's not, your opponent's not going to do that, so... I guess the Cromwell's just like, look, I got some resources, I'm a good player, so I'm not going to float him, I better fucking build something. What am I going to build? I'll build a Cromwell. This is what this is going to go. And, well, how... It's just the fucking... This game is not going anywhere, not like I mind. I mean, there are boring stalemates where both players are just clearly, like, incompetent or too scared or not good attackers or anything. And then there are more impressive stalemates like this, where both players clearly giving it their all. And honestly, it's stalemated because both players are aggressive enough like this. So notice the German player probing over here. I think it's probably too late. Actually, I don't think it's too late for the German player to win by just letting the opponent drive over these mines and trapping them in like this pocket by moving the AT guns and the tanks a bit back. It's really, I think, not too late for that. And then Tier 4 can also wail on that. But the German player's just got too much of a killer instinct, which you can't fault him for because it's a good instinct to have. Too much of a killer instinct to sit back and let the British come to him. He's got to keep probing, got to keep pushing. He's like fucking alien adopting people, alien abducting people. He's just got to keep probing. Probe butts every day. 420. That's an SAT gun. That guy's getting a medal up to Vet 2. Alright, what's this? Rapid maneuvers. How does that work? They're really hoofing it. Looks like it's not going to get anything for them unless this Jagdpanzer moves up. That infantry support gun, I like how the splash damage is so small. It's like it can just fall in the middle of a big blob and nothing happens. That's as it should be. You don't want artillery domination. So we have 2 infantry support guns, right? No, just one with a weird arc. I wasn't expecting that arc. So it's up to Vet 2, rate of mobility, avoid enemy fire. Vet 3 is barrage range. That would be a cool one to... Oh, and now he's got Vet 3. Great. These things are just nice to have in the backlines firing in a stalemate game like this. It's just they rack up the kills. 15 kills is good. And we have a Firefly out. So a Firefly, I think, is a really good choice here. A lot of the fighting is happening sort of across no man's land, one side firing at the other side, and then the main way tanks are surviving is just they're retreating back into base, like that Cromwell earlier. When it got really hurt, it just sort of backed up into its base, and there was enough AT guns there. I think just one AT gun, but that was enough to keep the opponent from chasing in. And ditto is happening for the German player, which means a Firefly is really nice because it can get that damage at a long range. That means if you get some good damage in, they start to back up. You can get that last final shot and kill them. It means you can do the damage without having to chase them too far, so I guess that was a bounce. But anytime you're having to engage at long distances like this, and anytime you're finding yourself not quite able to, fuck them up with the rockets, and now we have the AT gun here too, and the AT gun, misses the first shot. That's really unfortunate. Is the Firefly firing? I think it is. It should, yeah, it's firing. Maybe it takes a little while. And now we have, so close, 5% on the Panther, and the Firefly almost goes YOLO, but realizes, wait, I'm a Firefly. That's not what I do. Fireflies don't go YOLO. Fireflies are things that get YOLO'd. Oh, YOLO. Now that you're no longer relevant, you can say it unironically. Not like that ever stopped me from saying it unironically back whenever I was relevant. Also, I'm on fleek. See? I know how the kids talk. I don't know how the kids talk. My youngest Facebook friend is probably like 18 or 19. A couple of my cousins, so those are the only options I have. Figuring out how the kids talk without actually interacting with kids, which, fuck that. Wait, what am I talking about? I'm a grad student. I teach college students all the time. I interact with them all the time. But they're not on fleek enough. They don't use the slang with me enough. Maybe they do. I should start paying attention. I'm not a very good teacher. So do we have these flares? I don't know what they're for. I guess the flares are just for, it's an intelligence gathering sort of thing. Hard to know. The Panther's got some range, and the Jagdpanzer is repaired, so it's got some range, so it can come up. I guess it's for this to barrage. Now that this has the extra range, it can hit this AT gun from far away. And I legitimately still have no idea who's going to win this match. If you have predictions, make them now. Obersoldaten don't have any vet. They're relatively new. Oh, here's the other. Okay, I was like, they're not relatively new. They've been out for a while, but these guys have been out for a while, up to 6 kills. Our gun batteries report reconnaissance by flare now. Okay, so that's just recharged. Great. British player seems kind of inclined to blob. I would like to see the British player literally just send one fucking infantry over to here to capture those 3 points. There's not There's just, it's a low cost. Send the minesweepers over. See, they've even got fucking mines. See, he's doing it. I'm psychic. I have psychic powers. I would also like to see this machine gun repositioned to this thing. It's not happening. Well, my psychic powers were good while they lasted, but I feel like that kind of power brings with it great responsibility, so in the end, I made the choice to give up my abilities for the betterment of all mankind, except for some people who I could not give less of a fuck about. You know who you are. Jews. I'm kidding. I'm Jewish. What's up? So, how's the VPs? Looking not so good for the Germans, but that's okay. There's 200s, plenty to crawl back in. Doesn't even have to. Oh no, they're focus firing. That's why you blob, my friends. That is. Oh no, the fuckers. Oh, this is the German players throwing it all away. We're 30 minutes into the match, and that's the German players' time limit. After that, he's like, fuck it, I'm going home. Just starts throwing all the Volksgrenadiers into the meat grinder. Maybe the idea was, I'm fucking over Volksgrenadiers. From now on, it's Obersoldaten or bust. If you're not an Obersoldaten, I don't want to see you. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to smell you. I don't want to touch you. I don't want to taste you. I don't want to proprioception you. Proprioception being the sixth sense. The sixth sense is not seeing dead people. It's a lie. Time is the seventh sense. And I don't want to time you. What's the eighth sense? Balance. I don't want to balance you. What's the ninth sense? Pressure. I don't want to pressure you. I guess he does want to pressure you. He wants to pressure the Volksgrenadiers into the middle to get them fucking killed, but also he's getting his Obersoldaten. This could be the end if all the infantry just die. If that's all it's going to take, except the artillery plus the tanks turns out to be enough to push this off up to Vet 4. What do we get? Advanced weapon team and neighbors of squad fire double shots fired per salvo. I don't give a shit. But these guys managed to hold their own. They were being attacked by the Obersoldaten, and they pushed off the Obersoldaten, and now they're capturing this thing, and it's looking a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit dire for the Germans, who are floating actually so much that I'm expecting a King Tiger. Do we have this? Oh! Who fucking called it? Who called it? Tycho called it. Tycho called the King Tiger. Oh. So there's that, and no longer are we floating anything, and now the British player is facing the largest challenge of this match yet. Will the Tommies be able to hold the line against the brutal Königstigr, or will it crumble under the assault of the invincible German steel? Tune in next week, because I'm stopping it now. I'm just kidding. Don't do this, or it's a King Tiger. What? Look at the King Tiger shooting over here. Shoot right here. Shoot right here. Oh my god. Just shoot it. Shoot it with the back line of infantry. Do it. Oh my god. 4 kills right off the bat. Was that 4 or 5? I think that was 4. But that's... Jesus. Don't show your butt to the fire. Whoa, was that? That was, I can't actually tell if it was... I think it couldn't have been the Yogg. This is bad. Oh boy, this is real bad. Oh, he got killed by the whole machine gun, I think. So both players really crumbling at around the 30-minute mark. Oof, that's a hit. That's a hit. If I've ever seen one. What the fuck was that? I think it was the King Tiger. It's up to 16 kills already. It's fired like 6 shots, so that's some real efficiency, especially considering its first shot was off in no man's land, so... Nobody knows why it did that. It's still a mystery. Firefly getting some good damage in on the Jagdpanzer having rocketed it, but that's just, it's biding its time, I suspect. The King Tiger comes in. This infantry squad being thrown away just like the... Oh, but it's getting out, so that's exciting. No, don't do this! Don't do it! What are you doing? Why do you think this can be a thing that you do? The smoke is popped, but too little too late? No, not really. That's a lot of smoke. That's a lot of smoke. And wow, actually, I guess he rocketed this thing, took it down to half health. Not bad at all. Cromwell comes in to try and get some extra damage in, but what was that? Is this going to happen? Does he not have... Does he have the scout? He has got the scout. Fucking pop it. Pop that shit. Pop that motherfucking shit. I guess maybe you don't even need sight because this shit's still falling. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He popped that shit. He popped that shit. Here comes the plane. Here comes the artillery. This is going to wreak havoc in the German lines if... this thing lasts for long enough, but maybe it doesn't, so... And actually, I don't know if the plane was flying close enough. Yeah, it's not flying close enough. But that was cool. We still have light artillery falling here. That's This is kind of cool, kind of a cool thing. Kind of a cool thing, but not a very cool thing. This Bren carrier I don't think has moved for like 25 minutes. These people... This guy's like, do I have to keep my hand on the gun? Like, is this... This guy's like, do we have to keep the engine going? This is really bumpy. Do I need my hands on the wheel? But, yeah, okay. This game's still going. Wow, what a huge depletion of forces for the German. So I guess the British really rode that line on being too aggressive and managed to pull out ahead. Firefly squeaking out with a tiny bit of its life. We're up to a Firefly and 2 Cromwells. Didn't actually notice this new Cromwell. Maybe it is brand new. So and we're still blobbing, but his blob is bigger. And look at that! Look at this! Look at this vet 3 triple vet. Ooh, they dropped a barb. Or sorry, they dropped a Bren. Grab that. Grab it. Grab the Bren. Take the Bren. Can none of these people take the Bren because they're all full up? Yep, they're all full up. The squad that retreated was the one that needed to be here. Take the thing. Take the thing. This is your chance. This is your chance. Take the Rakettenwerfer and fuck their shit up. Oh no, it's not happening. Oh, it's happening. It's happening. It's not happening. Ron Paul Jiff. Ron Paul Jiff. Nope, it's not happening. Okay. I was excited for a moment. That was almost a beautiful thing. That was almost a really beautiful thing. I think he could have killed the Panther, or the Jagdpanzer, or both. And instead is just leaving the Raketten. The thing is, you even want that Raketten so your opponent doesn't have it. That's going to be one of the main things that'll put a cramp in your style when you're trying to use those Cromwells to maraud behind enemy lines and chase them down like you tried that originally. Rakettenwerfer can put an end in that real fast. You just need that back, and you need this Bren. I want to see more people on the field. Maybe call in this double... Nope, no manpower because it's fucking expensive. I guess he's low on manpower. Oh Jesus, they're just fucking... Look at all these Brens. Are these British people, their hands are fucking covered in some sort of greasy British food like suet or pudding or some goddamn fish and chips. Fish and chips, not so bad. Actually very, very delicious. Why did I say not? The fish and chips is one of the masterpieces of British... It's pretty much the only masterpiece of British cuisine. Not that I eat it. I'm vegan, so no fish and chips for me. I guess I am vegan fish and chips, which honestly, the fake meat, I don't think it tastes too bad. I never eat it. I never buy it because it's expensive as hell and probably bad for you, and it's probably got chemicals and shit. But I think it tastes fine. I don't have a very distinguished palate, as you can probably tell, opining about fish and chips. But yeah, fucking British slippery fingers. They finally picked up this Bren over here, I guess, on the Royal Engineers. Maybe they're going for the other two too, but those fucking can't keep their hands on it. So oh, where's the plane going? I don't think it went anywhere. It went somewhere. Everybody's been on the verge of winning. I feel like the British really for sure right now on the verge of winning. If he can grab this Rakettenwerfer and just keep focus firing the enemy infantry squads down, that's really going to be it. Because then they won't be able to attack with his tanks because they'll be the Rakettenwerfer plus the 6-pounder plus Lord knows like 1,800 British tanks waiting in the wings, so we won't be able to attack with the tanks. If the British just move in and right-click with all the infantry, he can bring his tanks along and attack the enemy tanks, and so that I think is the path to victory for the British. But it had to double mortars because there's two in the pit, but that has yet to happen. And the Rakettenwerfer is still not recruited because there's not fuck all to recruit. They can recruit with the Sturm Pioneers, the Obersoldaten, both expensive as hell. Nobody wants to do that. Recon flares. He's really popping these recon flares. They must be cheap. 60. Artillery flares. Not bad. It looks like now he's shelling the Rakettenwerfer. I can't endorse that. That is something to steal, not something to shell. Yeah, steal that. So here's a Jagdpanzer being much braver than it has any business being. Immediately realizes this is a terrible mistake and pulls out. German player just going stir crazy after so long fighting in no man's land. He really feels like he's got to move forward, but not happening. So, funnily enough, for a 39-minute match that has barely progressed past this front line, we only see a bunch of small craters rather than absolute devastation. That speaks to both players holding back from the huge fuck-off artillery, which is good. That's how you know they're cool people. There's another Rakettenwerfer here? Are you fucking kidding me? I don't know how the British player is not just all over the shit. In a static game like this, where you're not like fearing a German blitzkrieg or something, where you're just focused firing the infantry squads when they show up and your opponent doesn't even have a lot of infantry squads in the first place. I just don't understand why you don't have the time, like see, that squad could have instead have been recruiting Riffers. Like, the British player has all the time in the world. There's no time pressure here, really. Plenty of time just to run a Royal Engineer squad up here, right-click it, retreat the Royal Engineer squad, reinforce it. That time is going down. We have a new Obersoldaten squad completed, so the infantry superiority window is going to start narrowing. But, the plane got shot down again. But we have artillery coming in off-map. This is going to fuck up the German pretty bad, I think. He's got to pull back out of this sector. And that's the sign for the British player to throw these two Cromwells away to certain death. Just kidding, they're backing up. The Firefly is here doing some good damage, but the Jagdpanzer is going to fuck it up. Has to pop the smoke to get the Cromwells out of there. I don't know how this assault's happening. The Firefly's got to pop some smoke because one Jagdpanzer hit brings it down. The artillery's now falling on these things, but it's doing fuck all. What is this? Main gun loader injured. I guess that's all the artillery's doing. No, it's the rockets from the Firefly. A gun core has been lost. Who's that? Oh no! They must have been in the range of the artillery or something, because that Vet-5 thing got decrewed. Maybe by the mortar, but I think by the artillery. So that's a cool skill. I'm normally not a fan of this sort of loiter artillery thing that you drop it on a space and it just falls forever. But this is the match for it, if any exists, because either you push the German off or they fight in the middle and they get killed. Seems like both happened, and that's perfectly fine for the British. And despite losing that Royal Engineer squad over here, I don't think he's lost anything else since then, and so he's in a pretty good position. That MG did reposition at some point. Oh, it's right here, just now. I'm psychic. Now, here's the question. What's the German player saving for? Is it going to be another Jagdpanzer? Is it going to be another Panther Command tank? I suspect another Panther Command tank would be the purchase here. Not the greatest against the Firefly, but not bad against the Firefly. I think better than the Jagdpanzer against the Firefly. Good against infantry, too. And it's generally just important to have a good critical mass of tanks now that the British player has shown a propensity to spam Cromwells. You need some stuff that can hang up against that, and the more tanks you have, the harder it is for the Cromwells to drive in, because when they do it, this happens. 3 tanks rotate to fire at them, and instantly they're down. Had that been 4 tanks, that would have probably been a dead Cromwell already, so in between reinforcing infantry, I suspect the German player is saving that manpower, or saving that fuel for a thing. And we have another Sturmpioneer squad build. That's interesting. So we're up to 3. Those and Obersoldaten. Earlier when I was joking about not wanting to fucking see the Volksraiders again, I just talked about the Obersoldaten, but I was planning on also talking about the Sturmpioneers, because the Sturmpioneers can still be good fighters. Good close-in fighters. The problem is that they do have to be close in to do the damage, and with your opponent blobbing like this and focus firing, it's going to be harder and harder to get your Sturmpioneers close in like this. Poor Obersoldaten. No vet. No life. Yikes, yikes, yikes. These ones with Vet 1 managed to outfight the MG, but now they've overstayed their welcome. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? The German player is eventually gonna run out of VPs if history is to be any guide, but as we all know, history is a fucking liar. Fuck history. I guess this mortar emplacement has been MVP in a way, helping to keep this place slightly clear from infantry, is probably helping with the capping, but that squad is gone. You don't want to be losing squads at this point in the game, because the stuff you're trying to do now, this fucking Hail Mary cap the VP, eventually you're going to need to do that for realsies, and the fewer squads you have, the less likely that's going to happen. This thing's a Vet 3 and needs to retreat. How's it Vet 3 and 0 kills? From being shot at, and no, that's not it. From shooting at tanks, that's what's it. Gets the vet. That's one of the changes I like from the original Company Heroes. There's not a lot of changes I like from CoH1 to CoH2, but one of the changes I like is that veterancy is kind of more interesting. You get veterancy from doing damage and taking damage, not just from kills. Veterancy unlocks abilities for a lot of units, so I like it. I like it. It's good. Let's all be friends. Let's look at the bulletins. Oh look, he's out of PopCap, so he can't get a Panther. Officer training, Rifleman, Volksgrenadiers, reload, not doing anything for him. Oh, they're all Volksgrenadier. They're all Volksgrenadier bulletins. After I went on that rant about him not giving a fuck about the Volksgrenadiers, He's loaded himself up with Focus Radiator Bulletins, which is understandable, because you want to win the early game, I suppose, and that's what you use the bulletins for. Man, these planes, not long-lasting. It's because in addition to that Tier 4, we have the pintle-mounted machine guns on the top. They're called pintle-mounted machine guns on the top of these two planes, and those things destroy airplanes. So between two of those and the Tier 4, that's the it's pretty much the end of these recon flights. But there's no reason not to keep doing it. You just got to get lucky one day, and the plane will land on a tank and blow up the tank, and then it was all worth it. And obviously, it's worth it before they get shot down, because you get the recon. So that's cool. We're 45 minutes in, and it's been a very slow war of attrition. Is the British player legit bombarding that to kill it after bombarding this one and not killing it, getting it done to fucking recrew it? What's wrong with you? Jesus, Mary and Joseph having a three-way. I don't know why you aren't recrewing these recappers. And you're even shelling your own people. We're being shot at. 3 Cromwells. And this guy's got Vet 2. What do you get? What do you get? Main gun targeting and rate of fire. So exciting. This thing's just motoring around. Is Vet 4 the increased speed? Ah, it's Vet 5. Vet 3 is the increased speed. No, Vet 2 is the increased speed. No, Vet 1 is the increased speed. There is no increased speed. It's just a fast tank. This is finally dead. Or maybe not. It's braced. This could be the end, actually. These 3 Cromwells. When did the Firefly die? I'm sorry. I'm a terrible shoutcaster. I'm a terrible shoutcaster. When did the Firefly die? When did the Firefly? Oh my god. I need to really rewind and see that. Oh, surprise, you can't rewind. Fuck me. Rewind the YouTube video, watch the minimap, tell me when the Firefly dies. You can just check in the upper left. You just keep scrolling until you don't see it in the unit thing anymore, and post in the fucking comments how I missed that. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. That's important, because now the British can just drive in, the German can just drive in and win. The last remaining obstacle is a Vet 3 6-pounder with 3 men and half health. That's literally their last remaining obstacle. This thing needs repairs, but its engine is fine. Yes, it's fine. It's got a command panther, and we're just doing it. We're doing it. It's happening. It's happening. Ron Paul GIF. There's the plane going down, and I feel like the sound is very buggy. On that, we've killed the MG. Oh wow, and we also killed a guy manning the AT gun with that shot on the MG, and this is probably the end. I think. Yep, this is looking bad. If these 3 Cromwells can't take out these 3 tanks, which each of these Cromwells is worse than each of these tanks. You put them all together, things don't look good. So unless these 3 Cromwells can take out these 3 tanks, this could be curtains for the British player. Oh look, he recruited. This could actually help, because he's getting some rear shots. But that could actually help a lot, because he's getting some rear shots. But it looks like they're getting out. One more shot? Nope. Okay, this is interesting. This is a bold move. Let's see if it pays off. We're fucking blitzkrieging. It's called emergency war speed, because often war is not an emergency, but sometimes war is an emergency. Base defenses turn out to damage these things? Maybe not. But this Jagdpanzer here. Surprise! And also the Panther's coming, and not the King Tiger. The King Tiger also popped Combat Blitz. I love imagining being the guy at Relic in Charger, coming up with all these names to make a tank go faster. Emergency War Speed Combat. Oh, the fucking mines from backfield are not yet going off. That one goes off, gets shot. What a fucking... That was the longest Chekhov's gun that misfired in the entire history of Company Heroes 2 so far. But looking pretty bad for the British. That's everything dead. There's another Cromwell coming, but that's everything dead. To be fair, a lot of the German stuff is dead too, and the German player VP is not in good shape compared to the British players. Whoa, look! Okay, British player quits. Yeah, so that's reasonable. Could have maybe clawed his way back in, but honestly, with that much German heavy armor, it's not happening. So, I had a lot of fun. My voice hurts. I feel like I say I had a lot of fun at the end of all these things, but that's just because I have fun doing everything. It's all good. My life is just great. What is this thing? Has been replaced by AI. I don't care.